Hello everyone and welcome to Crypto Night, the crypto investor channel. I'm Boris, so let's dive in. I'm with Colton. Hello Colton.
Hey Boris, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the Kryptonite channel, everyone. So my first question for you today, Boris, is can you kind of dive into ApeCoin and, give us a little rundown of the product and the coin?
Yes, so we're looking at ApeCoin. I've bought a little bit of ApeCoin recently, a few months ago. Basically what it is, it was created by the Bored Ape Yacht Club. It's affiliates with Yuga Labs, which were the creator of the Bored Ape Yacht Club. And it's basically the token for the ecosystem. It's a new metaverse ecosystem, and it's both a utility and a governance token. And it's really gaining traction mainly for NFTs and also for music, which sometimes people think NFTs are only images, but it can also be music. It can be movies. NFT doesn't have to be a still image.
Yep.
And gaming also, lots of pay for in-game, play to earn type things. It's becoming also the coin of choice for those environments. So NFT, play to earn, and music is where they're becoming very popular. And they're a token, so they are based on the ERC20. They're basically sitting in Ethereum. They were, one of the most mentioned across Twitter and Reddit posts. They are the fourth most mentioned cryptocurrency currently. And you can become part of the ApeCoin DAO, decentralized organizations. Mm-hmm. It's basically a coin that's gaining momentum and made really a big entry because it entered already kind of at the top of the market. Right off the bat, it was in the top 50, which is rare. Most coins, they start in the top 500, 1,000 or whatever, and they go their way up. But this one almost immediately, was at the top. Maybe the reason is that Reddit co-founder and also the head of the venture arm of FTX are both on the board. They're part of the initial board of director of that coin. So that's probably one of the reasons it gets so popular so quickly. So they have some supporters. Time Magazine is said to accept the coin. Snoop Dogg said that, and Wiz Khalifa, said that they've released 8 songs together that can only be bought with ApeCoin. It's a coin that has a lot of momentum because of CryptoPunks and the Mutant Ape Yacht Club and all those different collections that are very, very popular. So, and some people call the ApeCoin like the Hollywood coin. Like a lot of Hollywood celebrities are big on the ApeCoin. So that's pretty much what it is, in a nutshell.
Yeah, and the only thing I wanted to add here, Boris, is for the people who don't know, the music industry is kind of changing. Artists do not want to pay a record deal with Sony or whoever else there is out there. So this is an option for them to, make most of their money back, own the rights to their own, catalog, their own music. So, this is, something Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg started. But, there's other rappers, there's other country singers that are definitely starting to do this as well. So, this is something to keep in mind, too, as well as this is a new avenue for those artists to, keep, the majority of their money. They don't have to give a share, like I said, to a record deal. And, we're going to see this a lot more. But my next question for you, Boris, is, can you dive into the history and performance of the coin?
Okay, so first of all, it was launched very recently because it was released in March 17th, 2022. So it came out very recently. They have distributed a bunch of tokens. So first of all, you need to be aware that there will never be more than 1 billion total ape tokens. They all minted at once. They were all minted already at once. And on the launch day, they send about 30% into circulation. And then they're going to have regular intervals over the next 48 months when they're going to release those tokens, the rest of the tokens, you know. And they give us a little bit of the guidance on the tokenomics, where 62% of the tokens will go to the ApeCoin DAO community, 16% will go to Yuga Labs, 14% will go to launch contributors, you know, the companies and people who help make the project a reality. 8% of the token will go directly to the 4 founders of Yuga Labs and the Bored Ape Yacht Club. And, you know, that's it. So it's going to be released over time. Already 300 million are in circulation, and there will never be more than 1 billion is what I think is important to remember. Also, one thing to note is that it went, you know, up. It was up very quickly. I mean, it was released in the top 30, something like that, when it got released. And it's currently number 37 on CoinMarketCap. It has a market cap of 1.5 billion. Potentially the market cap, you know, in about 10 years could be along the lines of about 5 billion, maybe more. What's important to know as well, it was released at $7.26. The whole time high was reached very quickly in just a month and a half time. You know, it reached $26, which was huge, but then it took a major tumble. You know, in the 6 months, you know, it's basically like the rest of the market, down 81%. At the lowest, it went all the way down to about $3. And currently it's sitting around like 460, I believe, 469. So that's what the current price is. So it went back up, you know, 57% from the lowest price. So that's pretty much what the tokenomics are.
Yes. Now, can you kind of dive into the latest news and what they have on their future roadmap, Boris?
So first of all, they attracted a lot of celebrities, you know, Snoop Dogg or Justin Bieber, Jimmy Fallon or Kevin Hart, to name a few. So like I was saying, it is really kind of the Hollywood coin. Now, the one thing is, because they are so exposed by so many celebrities, of course, they attracted the attention of the SEC. So right now, it was announced that they are under investigation, which of course is never good whenever you have a government body that's putting you under investigation. There are concerns right now that the ApeCoin could be considered as unregistered securities. And as soon as the news was released, you know, the coin fell 10%. So, but otherwise, you know, it's doing a lot of different things. It's also working with Disney on the Web3. Yeah. So they're doing a lot of development, especially around the metaverse technologies. But really that big thing hanging on the top of their head, you know, is it could be a potential big problem.
I don't mean to interrupt you here, Boris, but, you know, it kind of came to my head right now. You know, what is going on with the XRP lawsuit? And, you know, if XRP wins, what does that mean for, you know, these other lawsuits that they're trying to put on other coins?
Well, it's a very good question, and it's very important. November 15th, we might get some answers, because more and more people are speculating that by then either a settlement could happen or the judge could make a decision. Now, if we listen to some of the lawyers, they also said that, wait, it might be a lot further down the road. It could be in March or April next year. It's very difficult to know, but the SEC is really between a rock and a hard place at this point, because the judge could always, you know, go against Ripple. But more and more it's looking that, and the chances are more and more in favor of Ripple. So if Ripple wins, this could mean the end for the SEC as far as regulating crypto, because all the arguments that those lawyers from Ripple are very, very smart, and they really came up with some great arguments. And if they win on these arguments, of course, after that, it's going to be jurisprudence, that's going to come into play, and all the other lawyers are going to reuse the same arguments, and then the SEC will be powerless against pretty much the entire crypto industry, which means that they made a big mistake going after Ripple. But potentially, if Ripple wins, then two things might happen. First of all, we could see a big rally into Bitcoin and all the other crypto, maybe 15, maybe 20, maybe 25%, Perfect. So that's one possibility. And second of all, it will make it very difficult, almost impossible for the SEC to go after anybody after that. So we would get some regular clarity at the same time. It would make things a lot easier. So I think things are looking up, so this is a little concerning, but it's not too concerning. And let's see what happens in the Ripple case. I think that'll bring a lot more clarity as far as the SEC investigation, that's in play with Ripple, and that would be in play here, because the Howey test, it's not really applicable to crypto. I mean, that's what everybody's voicing these days is, why do we have such an outdated test for something like crypto? It would need to be something new needs to be designed.
Yes, sir. No, I appreciate that information. But feel free to keep going on with, the latest news and the future roadmap.
Yeah, I mean, they have a few other things coming up, so one, they were in a decline. They were basically on a declining trend for a while, and they finally broke out of it. So because they were going down, now they snap out of it, and they're coming back up. And potentially within the next few weeks, few months, we might see a return to, 550, around 550 would be one of the things. The other thing is next year they expect to be more profitable than this year. So that's the other thing that is going to be important. So potentially, things might be looking up, but there's always a risk, a danger, with that SEC case. We'll see.
My next question for you, Boris, is can you kind of give us an idea where should we be staking, and can you even stake this coin?
So it was announced about a month ago that you will be soon able to stake. And when they announced it, it was supposed to be October 31st, which is yesterday. So Reason Labs, said that on the 22nd, like, oh yeah, it's currently scheduled for October 31st, but it doesn't seem to be up yet. However, you do have documentation at docs.apestake.io, and they explain to you, some of the things you're going to be able to do. You're going to need at least one ape coin to stake, and they will pay you, of course, in ape coins. So there'll be different pools. There'll be some only for ape coins. There'll be some for people who own NFT within the Bored Ape ecosystem. So there's different things, but it doesn't seem like it's completely up. So looks like they're a little behind. That happens a lot in projects. They announce a date, but it's usually a tentative date. So it's coming up. So you will be able to soon do it. Now, there are some exchange that you can already kind of stake. They pay you, but it's not a true staking. It's more like they give you a little reward, so there's a few of them out there: Binance, BitTrue, UOdler, Gemini, etc. So me these days, I tend to prefer to stake with the project themselves. First of all, it helps the project. Second of all, you usually get better rewards. So be on the lookout. It will be announced shortly, whenever it's going live.
My last question for you today, Boris, is can you go over the price prediction and kind of give us an idea where you see this in the future?
So here's the problem. It's very, very hard predicting a coin like ApeCoin for several reasons. The biggest one is it is still fairly new. I mean, it was only released a few months ago. So, 9 months, 9 months ago, it was released. So there's not a whole lot of history to be basing the predictions. It has a lot of potential. It can get very popular. At the same time, so many things can go wrong. So me, for instance, I invested a fraction of a percent on ApeCoin. I bought some, I'm like, okay, let's see what happens. I mean, some predict that it will go to, $20, $30, $40, $50. Some predict that it will go as much as like $500 or $600. When it was introduced at $7, potentially, doing 100x might be a little rich. I think 125 is very doable, because that would roughly means, that it's doing like roughly a 20x, slightly under 20x. So that's, I think, definitely possible. But we've seen other coins like ICP that was introduced at over $400, and then it dropped, and today it's at like $4. So it has lost 99% of its value, and I don't know that it will ever come back to what it was. So potentially there could be, yes, I think 125 is possible. I think it's very popular. There's a lot of people talking about it, so it's getting, a little bit everywhere. I like the fact there is a supply that's limited to 1 billion and can never be, and no more can ever be minted. So the tokenomics look okay. There's a little bit of hype. So that's one of those coins that I will do a little investment, and hopefully, it could return 20, 30x. I think that's possible. Beyond that, to me, they would have to find really some more utility to the token. Let's see how the staking comes out as well, because we don't have all the details, like how much percentage is that going to be. But hopefully it's a decent amount and it's sustainable. Once again, I want to see something crazy like, oh yeah, we're going to give you like 50% or 60%, APY, and at the end it's not sustainable.
Okay.
Anything
awesome.
else on your side?
From my side? No, sir. From my side, that's all I have for today. But if you have anything else, please feel free to add it.
Well, that's it for me. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. We look forward to see you on the next Crypto Night video. Thank you, Colton. Thank you, everyone. I hope this video helps. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. And if you like the video at the end, click on the thumbs up.